G5Jefftv, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video. Support your boy. Support good content at all times. Now, I had the lab coat on, had the chemicals going, was in the lab. Took me a while to figure this one out, but I finally did it. And now G5Jefftv is bringing y'all the prediction video for George Groves and Chris Eubank Jr. February 17th, 2018 in Manchester. The ticket sold out in 7 minutes. This is a very, very good fight in the boxing super series in the super middleweight division. George Groves, 168 pounds, champion of the world, versus Chris Eubank Jr., one of the most outspoken and talented guys in boxing. Now, if I get this prediction right, give your boy some props. Give him some props. But, you know, if I get it wrong, I'm not the type of guy you gotta, send a search party out to find me. No, I'm gonna be standing right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna eat that crow after the fight's over. Now, George Groves, technically as a boxer, he can pretty much do everything. He can fight on the outside. He moves pretty well. Got a solid jab. He can fight on the inside. He can get down and dirty when he needs to. And he's a power puncher. You know, he definitely got some pop in them punches. Now, resume-wise, George Groves has had some classic battles. He's had some ups. He's had some downs. He fought James DeGale early in his career and won that fight. Some people had it for DeGale, but, George Groves pulled it out. He had the 2 fights against Carl Froch. The first fight against Carl Froch, he fought beautifully against Carl Froch, and Carl Froch just caught him with a shot, and the referee stopped the fight. Some people thought it was, it was an okay stoppage. Me, I felt like the referee stopped it too goddamn early, but that's just me. And then the second fight, Carl Froch caught George Groves lunching on the ropes and caught him with a hook that turned his electricity completely off, shut off notice on the front door and all that, and George Groves had to go through that. And the fight that really showed me that George Groves got some dog in him was the Badu Jack fight. He got knocked down early in that fight against Badu Jack, but he got right back up and he continued to fight. He fought on the outside, fought on the inside, good jab, counter punched, and some people thought George Groves won that fight, but he lost that fight to Badu Jack, who was a very, very good fighter. Very good fighter. But he showed me that he got heart. And even in times when he gets tired, he shows that heart to fight around it. Now, the thing about George Groves is since he's become a world champion, he's been fighting a lot better, and he looks very impressive. He looks very impressive, and he's been on a roll for quite a while. Now, Chris Eubank Jr., one of the most flamboyant fighters you're going to find in the game, just like his father, Chris Eubank Sr. And Chris Eubank Jr. has a skill set offensively where he has another gear. He has another level that not many fighters have. Like, he can put on an onslaught offensively that's beautiful. And I'm not saying that these two fight alike, but Adrian Broner's kind of the same way. Like, when he wants to turn it up offensively and put his hands together, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, and that's the one thing Chris Eubank has going for him. He is extremely quick for the weight, extremely athletic, and he can just flat out fight. He can just flat out fight. Resume-wise, we only had a Billy Joe Saunders fight. Every other fight, I really don't like the competition that he's had. The Billy Joe Saunders fight, he turned it up too late. and lost on points. You could tell Billy Joe Saunders was frustrating him early in the fight. You know, but Billy Joe Saunders has the ability to outbox and frustrate anyone in the middleweight division. So, you know, even though he lost, that was a good showing by Chris Eubank Jr. Now, this is the epitome of a 50-50 fight. This is the epitome of a 50-50 fight, but there's a few things that I have to point out. Chris Eubank Jr., he put up a post on Instagram saying that he's a natural middleweight, but that wasn't going to stop him from dominating super middleweight. He was 164 pounds on December 23rd, 2017, which means he's a natural middleweight. And George Groves is going to have at least a 10 to 15 pound weight advantage on Chris Eubank Jr. come fight night. That's number one. Number two, with Chris Eubank, this is the second time he's been in the ring with a really good fighter. And this is not the second time that George Groves has been in the ring with a really good fighter. Okay? George Groves, he has the experience. He's overcome adversity. And the thing is, with this fight, with this being a 50-50 fight, you know, this is how you could tell a 50-50 fight. When you could see a fight going 5-6 different ways, that's a 50-50 fight. Okay? That's a 50-50 fight. And I could really see this fight going 5-6 different ways. But with this fight, I'm looking at intangibles. I'm looking at intangibles because this fight is a 50-50 fight. George Groves is going to have a weight advantage. George Groves has the experience. And George Groves is a world champion right now. So this really comes down to this. Eubank is fighting outside of his weight class. He's fighting somebody that's going to be much bigger than him. And you got two phrases in boxing. The weight doesn't matter, skills pay the bills, or a good big man is going to beat a good little man any day of the week. So the question is really, is Chris Eubank Jr. good enough to overcome the weight issue and the fact that he's just fighting out of his natural division? Is he good enough for that? And the answer is possibly he's good enough for that. But this is the one problem with Chris Eubank Jr. that I have. When you have fights like this, you have to look for every single advantage. And the fact that Chris Eubank Jr. feels like he does not need a trainer, he does not need a coach, he does not need a figure in his corner to give him advice and another set of eyes while he's fighting, that is a huge advantage for George Groves. And because of that, along with the weight difference and the fact that George Groves is experienced, tried, and tested, G5Jefftv's prediction is George Groves will win this fight by decision. George Groves will win this fight by decision. Now, y'all, let me know what y'all think in the comment section. This one was really hard for me to do because it's so many variables to both fighters. But I got George Groves winning by decision. I think he's going to pull it out. He's going to have some trouble in this fight, but I think he's going to definitely pull it out. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Who's going to win this fight and why? G5Jefftv. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Please share this video. Support your boy. Support good content at all times. I appreciate y'all. Peace.